So we will find out the order of the filter now. So in the previous classes, we have seen all these things. So, right, we have seen how to find the Butterworth filter, the order of the Butterworth filter. So right now, because I do not want to, waste time in doing this derivation on the regular class, we'll get more time to solve the problems. So I had told you how to do this Butterworth filter polynomial, how to find it out in the previous classes. Those of you who were not there, so we follow this principle S minus Sk, product of S minus Sk, where k varies from 0 to 2n minus 1. We find out the Butterworth polynomial, and this is the table that we get. Okay. Then one by one I have shown you for theta equal to, say, if the order is 1, we follow the left half of the S-plane. We select S0. S1 will be in the right half of the S-plane. So only one root we will have. So it is S minus S0. Okay. If it is n is equal to 2, what happens? It will be S minus S0 and into S minus S1. See here, for order 2, how do we find out? V naught S0 and S1 is equal to e power j theta naught and theta 1. Theta naught and theta 1 are the roots in the left half of the S-plane. So that we got it as 3 pi by 4 and 5 pi by 4. How did we get it? We have the formula for that, for finding your theta, theta k. If you remember, this is the value, right? Theta k, remember? This is the expression we are using. This one. This is the expression for theta k. So we substitute there the value of k and n, and we use this, okay? Sk is equal to e power j theta k, and we find out the roots of the equation, okay? And then we write it as a product and fill it. So you must remember that whatever we have done right now is the design of an analog low pass filter of magnitude response 1, and it is a normalized filter, that is a normalized filter having magnitude 1, and the cutoff frequency is supposed to be 1 radians per second. So whatever we have designed until now is a normalized low pass filter, what is shown here. Okay. So if we want to design, in the question, if high pass, band stop, or low pass filter with another cutoff frequency is given, we will do transformations. So low pass to high pass, low pass to band pass, and all those things. So for doing the transformation, there is a table which I will draw it. Okay. And if we are doing this and we find out Hn of S, right? If we are able to find out our Hn of S, what we see here on the screen, okay, it's very important. If you're able to find out Hn of S, then our job of designing the normalized filter is done. After doing Hn of S, we do the transformations into respective high pass or band pass or whatever. So that we will do using the, we will refer to the table. From here we do this first, we transform it. And how do we do this? How is this done? You will refer to the table and do it. Now before this, as I told you, there are two more important things. So I have, for a high pass filter, I have shown you, say the specifications, if it is Kp, Ks, omega values are given. We do this design first, low pass design, and we will want to convert it to the high pass design. So as I told you, we'll also have to find out the order of the filter. Okay, so how do we do this, or how do we get the expression for finding the order of the filter and the cutoff frequency? That is the next thing. Okay, so how do we do it? Okay, so let us draw as usual the filter, or let us consider your analog filter first. Okay, so here let me draw your analog filter response, low pass filter. Low pass filter. Here, just a minute. So the design of a low pass filter amounts to what? Basically, we want to find out the transfer function of it. Okay, the magnitude frequency response of a low pass Butterworth filter I had already given you. That is given by mod of h of j omega second is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus omega by omega c whole thing to the power 2n, this whole thing to the power 1 by 2, if you remember, right? This was what the magnitude response of a low pass Butterworth filter looks like. So you can look at the specifications, what is given, the omega p and omega s here, right? This is your omega p value, which you get by taking a, dropping down a perpendicular line from your kp value, and your omega s, your stop band value, or the gain ks value will be given to you, from which you will drop down a value toward the x-axis, which gives you your stop band frequency. So pass band gain kp, if it's in dB, right? This is in dB, so the x-axis value here is nothing but 20 log of mod of h of j omega. X-axis is omega, y-axis is 20 log of h of j omega, because you want to write the values on the y-axis in dB. That is why the normalized filter, earlier the normalized filter, you had it like this. I told you it is a having unit magnitude response. You will have delta p ripple here, okay, and you will have your omega p, the omega s, okay. This was just mod of h of j omega, if you remember, right? This was what we were writing earlier. So if you want to write it in dB, it look like this. I hope all of you are getting it, right? Either if this is the delta p value, it was 1 minus delta p. Here it was the ripple in the stop band, whatever value, you would take it as delta s. So you take 20 log of this, log 1, okay, 20 log of that 1 is nothing but 0. 20 log of 1 minus delta p is what? That is nothing but your kp, right? 20 log of delta s is nothing but ks. We have seen this earlier also. Is it not? So this is what in dB we want to write it. So we wrote it like this. So the magnitude of the filter is given by this one, by h of j omega, like this. So what we'll do is, we will take 20 log on both the sides, okay? Taking 20 log, taking 20 log on LHS and RHS of above equation, of this equation. So what happens? This becomes 20 log of mod of h of j omega. This is equal to, so this is the, whatever this equation, whatever I have written here, right? This is the nothing but the magnitude response of Butterworth filter. Okay, this is the magnitude response of the Butterworth filter. Okay, generally this is how the magnitude response will be if the cutoff frequency and everything is given to you. So whatever we found out Hn of s, the Butterworth polynomial, that is a filter designed with the cutoff frequency 1 radian per second. You remember that always. This is for a given cutoff frequency, the value, the generalized expression for your Butterworth filter. This is that, okay? So you take 20 log on both the sides. You can write it as the value. In general, you can write it as k. So what do you get on RHS? Because this term goes to the numerator, this becomes minus 20 log of the denominator term you're going to write. Or fine, I can explain it to you. Take 20 log of this value, 1 divided by 1 plus omega by omega c to the power 2n, whole thing to the power 1 by 2. Okay? You take it this way. Next, what do you do? How do you write this? So k is equal to 20 log of log 1 minus 20 log of the denominator term, that is 1 plus omega by omega c whole thing to the power 2n whole thing to the power 1 by 2. Okay, so log 1 is 0, so the value of k is minus, this is 0, right? 20 log of 1 plus omega by omega c whole thing to the power 2n, okay, whole thing to the power 1 by 2. We'll take it. Okay, so what happens to that? I had minus 20 log of, what was there in the previous slide? 20 log of 1 plus omega by omega c whole thing to the power 2n whole thing to the power 1 by 2. So anything to the power m, I can take it here. So this becomes minus 20 by 2 log of 1 plus omega by omega c whole thing to the power 2n. Okay, so this is nothing but minus 10 log of 1 plus omega by omega c whole thing to the power 2n. Okay, let me take this as the value k. Okay, now let us look at the figure. When k, if the k is equal to kp, omega is equal to omega p, right? If k is equal to ks, omega is equal to omega s. So we want to write this in terms of omega p and omega s. I want to get the expression for kp first. So what I'll do, have you understood this? It means, see here, this is your omega p, right? When kp, k is equal to k, on x-axis whatever we have, in general we take it as k. When k is equal to kp, your omega value, what is the omega value? It is omega p, right? Is it not? When omega is equal to omega s, the value is ks. So that is what is mentioned here. So let us write, take up this. K is equal to kp, we will substitute in this equation star. Okay. So how do I do it? Say, let me rewriting expression star. I'll write it as kp is equal to minus 10 log of 1 plus, I'll replace omega with omega p by omega c whole thing to the power 2n. This is the expression for kp, right? So if I want to, this log is that of base 10, right? So I want to write it in terms of omega p by omega c. So what happens? I will send this, I'll write it. How will I write it? 10 power kp. I can write it as 10 power kp, right? Even minus I can send it to the other side, right? First I'll take this minus 10 to the other side, right? So I'll write it as kp by minus kp by 10 is equal to log of 1 plus omega p by omega c whole thing to the power 2n, right? I'll write it this way. Now you observe how I'm going to do this. Let me do it here. So this becomes, this is to the base 10. 10 power minus kp by 10 is equal to what? You want to remove the logarithmic scale. Okay? You want to remove the log and you want to write it. So this becomes 1 plus omega p by omega c whole thing to the power 2n. So I'll send this 1 to the other side. This becomes 10 power minus kp by 10 minus 1 is equal to omega p by omega c whole thing to the power 2n. Okay? So keep this equation. Okay? Keep this equation. Okay? 2 star I'll put equation 1, first star, second star equation. So now I will do this. K is equal to Ks I will substitute and I will find out the next one. Similar to this one, I'll put K is equal to Ks, then omega becomes omega S in equation star. So what happens to that? Ks will be equal to minus 10 log of 1 plus omega by omega, omega S by omega C, whole thing to the power 2n. So on similar lines if you go, okay, I'll get just like the earlier case, I will send this to the other side. It becomes Ks by minus Ks by 10 is equal to log of log to the base 10, this is log to the base 10, 1 plus omega S by omega C, whole thing to the power 2n, right? This is the expression I get. Now what I'll do is, so you can write this, if you simplify it, you will just like this. Similarly, you will get 10 power minus Ks by 10 is equal to minus 1, sorry, minus 1 is equal to omega S by omega C, whole thing to the power 2n. Now, what you want is, you want the expression for omega C in terms of this, and you also want the expression for n. So now what I'll do is, you observe equation, I'll name it as 3 star. So compare omega 2 star and 3 star. Okay, so this is here. Compare omega 2 star and 3 star equations. Okay, these two equations I'll compare, and what I'll do is I'll divide both. Okay, dividing equation 3 star or 2 star divided by 3 star. You divide it. Divide it. So what happens? You will get 10 power minus Kp by 10 minus 1 divided by 10 power minus Ks by 10 minus 1 is equal to, on the RHS you will have omega P by omega C whole thing to the power 2n by omega P by, omega S. This is omega S by omega C whole thing to the power 2n. So 2n is common. I will rewrite it. So what happens to this? Go a little bit down. So this becomes, I'll write it on the RHS, omega P by omega S whole thing to the power 2n. Can I write like this? This omega C and omega C gets cancelled. This omega C, because the powers are same. And I'll commonly write the power like this. Okay? This and is equal to this one, 10 power minus Kp and all that. 10 power minus Kp by 10 minus 1 by 10 power minus Ks by 10 minus 1. Okay? We will rewrite this equation in the next page and we will continue. So we had the expression omega P by omega S whole thing to the power 2n is equal to 10 power minus Kp by 10 minus 1 by 10 power minus Ks by 10 minus 1. Okay, this is the expression we had. Okay, now what will I do? I want an expression for capital N. So what I will do is, I will take log on both the sides. Okay, apply log on both sides. Apply log on both the sides. You will be left with 2n log of omega P by omega S is equal to log of 10 power minus Kp by 10 minus 1 by 10 power minus Ks by 10 minus 1. Okay? All right? Now what to do? You want the expression for n. So what I will do is I will send this terms 2 into log of this value I will send to the RHS. So what I'll be left with? Capital N is equal to log of 10 power minus Kp by 10 minus 1 divided by 10 power minus Ks by 10 minus 1, okay, divided by 2 times log of omega p by omega s. So I got the expression for the capital N. This is the expression which we use to find the order of the filter, right? This is the expression to find the order of a Butterworth filter for the given specifications. Actually, the minimum order required, okay? So if you get a value, like say the value of n is some 3.4, you must always, what you should do? You must round it off to the next higher value. Remember this, okay? You must always round it off to the next higher value. All right. So we will also get the order if we want to meet. So in the question, it will be mentioned. Okay. What will be mentioned? They may mention to you, you want to meet the passband requirements. So if they're asking you to find out or meet the passband requirements, you see we had got an expression intermediately for omega c. Omega c and omega p, remember? So let me go back. So let us see the equation. Yeah, 2 star and 3 star. Consider the equation 2 star. So if it is passband requirement you have to meet, consider equation 2 star. Okay. If you consider equation 2 star, what happens? You will have to find out what is the equation 2 star. Rewrite it. Omega p by omega c whole thing to the power 2n is equal to 10 power minus kp by 10 minus 1. Right? This is your expression. Now what you should do, you want to meet the passband requirement, then the cutoff frequency. To meet the passband requirement, you want to find out. Oh yeah, okay. So how will you find out the requirement, or how will you find out this omega c? Okay. How will you find out this value omega c? You want omega p to the power 2n, raise both LHS and RHS to the power 1 by 2n. So you'll be left with omega p by omega c is equal to 10 power minus kp by 10 minus 1. This whole expression raised to the power 1 by 2n. Raise LHS and RHS with 1 by 2n. Okay. After this, what happens? You can always write down omega c value is equal to omega p divided by 10 power minus kp by 10 minus 1 whole thing to the power 1 by 2n. Similarly, if you consider your equation 3 star, you will meet stop band requirement. Therefore, your omega c to meet the stop band requirement will be omega s divided by 10 power minus ks by 10 minus 1 whole thing to the power 1 by 2n. Just like how you did for this. Okay, so the cutoff frequency equations are these two, which you can note down. Okay, to meet the stop band requirements, you can To meet passband requirements is this. To meet the stop band requirement, this is the equation for the cutoff frequency. Okay, so this much derivation you all should know it clearly.